Hey guys, it's Alex here from Workshop 12. And today we have some exciting, super duper, uber duper exciting news for you. Allow me to introduce the all-in-one Workshop 12 Tesla style display for, of course, your 2015 or 2015 to 2021 Ford Mustang. This is a beautiful 14.4 QHD 2K resolution display that allows you to do whatever you practically want on it. Best part of it is that it comes equipped with some hefty specs like 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, plus expandable memory using the USB ports provided. And on top of that, you also get 8-core processor. Let's not waste any more time. Let's take a look at what's in the box, and then we'll jump right in to do the installation. All right, guys, so let's take a look at what's in the box before we jump in doing the installation. As you can see, we have my wallet on the table here. Let's remove that. But before we do, I needed to show you guys Outtro. Outtro is the one that makes these wallets, and they are fantastic, from vegan leather. And the best part of it all is that it comes with RFID protecting, so you'll be able to keep all your sensitive information safe. And of course, you'll be able to fit 2 cards on here with a total of 12 cards in this small little wallet. With a super slim design, you can't go wrong. Best of all, the way you access these cards. You just go BAM! And you get access to your cards nice and easy. But the best part that I like is I haven't just lost my hair. I lose my wallet, I lose my keys, and practically whatever's in my pocket. Beautiful part about Outro's wallets are that they come with a solar-powered tracker that easily fits at the back of the wallet here to always be able to track your wallet at any time using the app. Get yours today at Outtro. You can actually click the link below and use the coupon code WS12. I will put it somewhere on the screen to give you an additional 5%. They are running an anniversary sale right now that gives you 20% off, plus the WS12 code is going to give you an additional 5%. What are you waiting for? Level up today. What are you going to notice as soon as you open this box? You can't help but notice, even if you try, you will notice the beautiful, stunning 14.4 QHD 2K 8-core processor, 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, beautiful Workshop 12 Tesla-style screen for your 2015 to 2021 Ford Mustang. It is absolutely stunning. However, as soon as you remove that beautiful unit, you're going to notice a bag filled with wires. But don't worry, don't get too overwhelmed, because of course you got this bald guy to help you out. So, what is it that we have in the box? We're going to start off by showing you guys the main stereo harness. This main stereo harness, I'm going to get in depth a little bit after in this video on how and where everything plugs in. But you have your main stereo harness here. You have an external microphone. You also have RCA cables that will connect the aux-R and aux-L to the main stereo harness here using this red and white cord is going to simply connect to these RCAs here. And then with this version here, it is the one that does not retain the sync system. So therefore, it also has for your RCA subwoofer outputs where you can just simply connect a Y splitter and be able to have RCAs for your sub out. And then you also have extra speakers that you'll be able to add. And then of course, you also have here your main camera wire. Okay, this is going to connect to the main stereo harness there. And then the RCA here that is labeled as CCDV will be connecting to the brown cable here on this RCA to get your camera to work. Addition to that, you also have here a micro USB port here and a USB-A that would simply connect to the female USB ports that we have here. These 2 USB ports are the ones that are going to be used with our kit. However, one of these will be occupied using this little adapter here, which is what will keep your stock USB port underneath your armrest. Underneath your armrest, you got your USB port that will be retained by simply plugging this in and connecting the other side of it. However, you do have a cigarette lighter at the bottom there and another USB port that will no longer be used. And the reason for that is, well, take a look at the size of the screen. It just covers it, so it will just be tucked behind there. But you will have another additional USB port from our unit that you can just simply wire into your glove box or wherever you want for easy access, or to simply use wired CarPlay. Even though this unit does already come with wireless CarPlay, if you want to use wired CarPlay, you would use this USB port. The next thing is we have the FM antenna, FM AM antenna, self-explanatory, connects at the back of our unit. This one connects to the little blue one at the back in your dash. And then you have your SIM card tray, and equipped with the SIM card tray, you also have your 4G 2x, so 2 LTE antennas to give you stronger signal. This is a question we get asked every single time. Do we need to use the SIM card tray? I don't want to use data, or I don't want to get some. Believe me, I'm going to tell you guys now straight up. Go to T-Mobile, spend $50 for a prepaid plan, and get yourself data. Because no one is going to want a Tesla style screen with all these functions and not be able to use it. Yes, you can hotspot your phone, but keep in mind, guys, hotspotting your phone you will now lose the ability of using wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. Why? How does that work? Well, because wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto uses your Wi-Fi antenna of the unit to allow you to display your wireless CarPlay. So yes, I would recommend getting yourself a prepaid plan. Use it. That way you'll be able to enjoy this kit as much the way it's deserved to be used. Finally, we also have a GPS antenna. So the GPS antenna will be used only when you are going to be using the Google Maps or Waze or Apple Maps or whatever maps that you physically download from the Google Play Store on here. This antenna does not work. It's not going to be using this antenna when you are on wired or wireless CarPlay or Android Auto, as it's going to be using your phone's reception to navigate and get you to your destination safely. Addition to that, you also have a little bracket here. This little bracket will connect at the very bottom, and you would reuse the same exact screws that you have, so you'll be able to easily clip in the last little clip at the very bottom there. It will just snap right in here. Now, let's take a look at how all the connections are made at the back of this unit, and then we're going to jump into the car to get it all installed, and you, of course, will be coming along and joining us during this journey. And it's kind of funny, guys. I do apologize for making this video way longer than I wanted to. As you guys already know, if you've been following our channel, your boy talks a little bit too much. However, I'm no YouTuber. I'm not trying to be a YouTuber. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. And I want to be able to show our customers how easy our products and how amazing our products are in an automotive setting. Let's not waste any time and jump into the next step. All right, guys. So as you can see here, we have the unit, and now we're going to be making the connections at the back here to get it all ready for the installation. So the very first thing is you're going to connect the main power right in here, right below the fuse, and you're going to just bam. And then you're going to grab this one here, this little pink one. It's going to connect right over here. And then you're going to connect this white one here, which is going to be for your CanBus. And we're going to simply connect that right in here. Okay. And then you have this main plug, which is going to connect to the one of the plugs at the back there, and then the two RCAs, which we'll get there in a second. And then you have this other plug, which also will connect at the back of the unit. Then you have your USB ports. Your USB ports will simply connect right here at the bottom in the second row, right next to the pink one, which is going to be right over here. Now, guys, keep in mind, let's say you're like, Alex is crazy, he's lost his hair. Where the heck do I connect this to? So there are little tiny guidelines. I don't know if you can see, but there's little tiny guidelines there. So you'll be able to follow along and verify, okay, are there two guidelines up here? Yes, it is. Bing, bada, boom. It fits perfectly. Now, you're then going to grab one of these USB ports. You're going to connect it, bam, just like that. And then this one here is a micro USB port that will simply connect at the back to retain your factory USB. And then let's toss this to the side here. And then you have your main camera connection. Your main camera connection is what also will connect right over here. And then you connect the main camera, the CCDV, to this brown cable right brown female RCA, which connects here. And then at the same time, you're going to grab your aux R and your aux L. Aux L. You're going to grab this and you're going to connect aux L to aux L, aux R to aux R. And then you're going to connect this beautiful one right above here where it's going to go in here. Oops, sorry. Okay, and then you have this one here, which is your other RCAs for your sub out and different speakers, which will simply connect right in here. Then you have your GPS antenna. GPS antenna, blue, it's blue. Okay, and then you have LTE antennas, obviously right here in the gold ones, bang and bang, but make sure you actually tighten it. I'm not really tightening it. I'm actually not going to even put it on here just to not have so much wires, but it goes in the gold ones. And then you have finally the last one, which is your SIM card tray, which will simply just connect right here. And there you have it. And remember guys that, then you have your FM AM antenna, which simply plugs in right there. Now, this little bracket here is going to connect at the bottom, which the purpose of this is to have this clip right in here. And then it's clipped in. Woo! Oh, ow. Are we recording? Oops. Okay guys, so we are now done all of the wiring. We connected everything to this beautiful unit. So now we are going to be going to the car to finalize the installation. So stop wasting time. Let's install this beautiful thing. Let's go. The very first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have all the proper tools. We're going to need our plastic removal tools, which is already included in the package for you. And then we're going to need a 7mm socket and of course some microfibers to protect the interior. So the very first thing you're going to want to do is remove this bottom piece here. As you can already tell, there's some panel gaps here. This is not a Tesla, this is a Mustang. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is I already removed it just to make it a little easier for you guys, as I have a habit of doing videos that take a little long. So this is probably why. Okay, the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this bottom piece here. It just snaps off. Use the tool that is provided in the kit and you're just going to start boom, pow, okay? One is done. The next thing is you're going to start grabbing this tool and you're going to start going on here and popping this off. Because this is a very long plastic piece, you're going to want to do even force as you're pulling it out so you don't break anything, okay? Now, this is all held with 0 screws. It's all clips. So don't be a little scared if you have to pull a little hard. And if you lose some clips back there, good luck. You're going to have to find them and put them right back. If not, you can secure some from Amazon or whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. And then on this side here, you're going to see that there is a little plastic piece here. You can actually pop this off to make it a little bit easier to get the top trim removed. So now that we brought this down, we'll be able to easily pop this right out. There she goes. Okay. And did we lose any clips? No. Once you have this trim removed, you're going to want to start disassembling the center. There are 2 screws here, one 7mm, another 7mm, and then you're going to take out this little tiny plastic piece right there in the middle. You can use yourself a little tiny flathead where you're just going to be able to stick it right in there and pop it right out. And then you'll expose another 2 screws. So now that you have your handy dandy flathead here, we're going to first remove this little tiny rubber piece here. Put this down here. Then we're going to gently pop off this center cap here. This is the little center cap that we just removed. And now we're going to go ahead and remove the rest of these two and these two. Now that you remove these two screws and those two at the bottom, you just need to now gently pop this right out. So this is very important, okay? Because the cigarette lighter and the USB is a little bit tucked down here. So what you need to do is once you have it pulled out like about just like this, you're going to want to actually, well, make sure you pull it out, but then you're going to want to go up, not keep pulling out, okay? So you're going to want to kind of like keep it straight, and then you're going to gently start pulling it upwards, okay? And then you'll be able to expose all of these wires. Okay guys, so the very first ones we're going to want to remove is the cigarette lighter here. You're going to want to just press on this little tab on the right side of it. And then we'll remove these other two just to get them out of the way. There's always little plastic pieces here that you just push down gently to remove it. Okay, and then this one here is actually at the bottom here. So you're gonna wanna push in, like push upwards, and then it will gently come out. And guys, now the last one is this USB port, okay? This USB port is a total beep. It is not the nicest one. So you're gonna wanna just take your time on it here. There we go. Okay, what you guys are gonna wanna do is with a flathead, you're gonna wanna move the bottom and the top slightly up and down so you can pull out that USB port, okay? And once you have this out, now just go put it in a safe spot, okay? Now you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then underneath the display here, you have another 2. They're all 7s, so we're gonna go ahead and remove those. Before we remove these 2 screws, I'm gonna go ahead and start unplugging the sync module and the screen right from the top here. There's only 3 plugs that need to be removed. One is gonna be this little blue one here, which you're gonna just push on the side here and pop it right out. This one here is for your USB. You're gonna take this and pop it right out. And then this one here, this is the main harness. You're gonna wanna grab this little plastic gray tab, and you're gonna wanna push right here on the black, right here in the middle. And you're gonna wanna like bring this out, and then you can just push this to the side and automatically it pops off the main stereo harness. This is what you wanna be careful with, not to scratch anything. And you're gonna wanna just put this down in a safe spot. Okay, then now we're gonna proceed by removing this and this screw. And now you'll just gently pop this out. Now the wires are a little bit short, so you're not gonna be able to actually pull it fully out. But I'm gonna try to just show you guys here to see if you guys can see that there is this little stubby thing here. You want to be careful, okay? So when you pull it, make sure you have enough room to clear it before you tilt the unit, okay? If not, you're gonna snap this. And then now you can actually put your hands through here and start unclipping it. So the first one is gonna be this one here. The second one is gonna be this one here, which you'll see that it's this other black one, and then you have another little black one here, and then the yellow one here. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these 3. So the first thing we're gonna do is grab our unit, and we've already made all the pre-connections, which you guys have already seen. You're gonna wanna definitely connect the USB ports, the one USB port, because one of them is gonna be occupied to retain your factory USB port. So one of them is gonna connect to this one here that has like a micro USB slot. You're gonna just connect that one right in here. And then it occupies one of the 2 USB ports. So the one USB port and the SIM card tray for LTE 4G service can be placed in the glove box. Some vehicles you can just open it up and pass it right through. Other vehicles you're going to want to do might have to remove the glove box. You're going to just have fun and figure that one out. However, we're not going to be installing any of the LTE antennas or any of that stuff. But for those that are going to, which is majority of you, I recommend you guys to stick the LTE antennas. You guys can peel off that piece and of that adhesive and just stick it right on the plastic here. You don't actually have to run the antennas out. I mean, obviously it's going to give you better signal. However, 90% of the time you're using wireless CarPlay. The LTE antennas is very important to put, because you'll notice that after having this unit installed, you're going to want to go and get yourself a prepaid T-Mobile SIM card to have data or anything like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and start connecting everything. The first thing we're going to do is start making these connections. I'm not going to install this one here. This is for your FM AM antenna. You would just simply connect it here to this blue one. However, for the purpose of this video and to make it a little bit faster, we're just not going to install this. It just clips right in there. We're not going to put that one there. Okay, and then what else do we need? Okay, so this one here, you're going to want to connect. So this one here with the yellow RCA, you're going to want to connect this yellow RCA to this brown CCDV, which is for your reverse camera. So once you make that connection, and then you're going to connect this little black plug right here, and then this one here will connect to your main stereo harness, which is the one with the little gray tab that you have to close. So we're going to want to make sure we don't scratch this unit. So we're going to put this little towel here, microfiber, and we're going to go ahead and first we're going to connect this USB since it's already out here. And then the next one, you're going to want to make sure you put the aux L with aux L, aux R with aux R, and then you just put it all nice in there. This extra yellow one, you'll have an extra for any dash cam or anything like that you want to connect. But yeah, okay. So, oh, sorry, I totally forgot one thing. You can tell I'm not a YouTuber. We need to connect the bracket. There is a bracket that needs to be connected right here at the very bottom. Okay, guys, this is the little metal bracket here that we needed to just re-put the same screws that you just removed. We put it right in here, so this little clip here can actually connect right in here and fit right in. So what we're going to do is we're going to first connect this one here to the main stereo harness. So you're going to want to go ahead and just slide it in. Make sure this tab is open. You're going to notice that as I push here, this tab moves. So now I can lock it in place, and now that is perfect. Now we're going to move on and do the rest of the connections. Guys, things just fit with one cable, one plug, okay? So don't try to make things fit if they don't work. Okay, that is good. The next one, this is for your amp turn on wire. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this one in. Okay, now the next thing is there are two plugs down here. You're gonna wanna connect. Okay, so this one is gonna connect to this one. Okay, and then this one is gonna connect to this one. Bada boom. Okay, and now we've made all of the connections. Now that you made all the connections, just make sure all the wires are not going to be squished anywhere. So you want to make sure you tuck them back there. And then you're going to want to go ahead and start pushing down a bit, because remember that with your original unit, we had to push out and then up. Well, this one now we're going to want to push down and make sure that the bottom piece where that bracket that we put is going to snap in. I don't know if you just heard that, but it did make a click sound. So I know that that bottom is clipped in. So now we're just gonna push down here a little bit to get this for perfect fitment, and down here a little bit. So then now I just push. Oops, started the car. There we go. There we go. Okay. And there you have it. So now we're gonna go ahead, and that's basically it, guys, literally. So now you're just gonna go ahead and put this screw right back in here. You can see that already my wireless Android Auto just instantly connected right here, and you got your whole 3D view of your map here. You got your music, you can make your phone calls, you got your Google Maps that you can make in full screen. This is a very beautiful display. It is a 2K resolution, 14.4 inches of just pure beauty. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, you can see it for yourself. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And the display right now is actually not at full brightness. If you just tap here, you're gonna see that that's the full brightness, and then you can actually adjust it to your liking. So we're gonna finish off the install here before we jump into a little software walkthrough video for you guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and now put this back in here. I'm gonna grab our socket, and we're gonna turn off the air conditioning. So power that off. Okay, now this here, you can, the little plastic piece, you guys can just hide it somewhere and not use it. Same thing with a little bracket in the middle here, the little cover. So now we're gonna go ahead and grab our trim piece. Okay, and then now put this piece back. Okay. And there you have it. So we're gonna switch over to the other camera here so you guys can get a full little walkthrough here on how everything works. Okay guys, so as you can see, you have here your wireless Android Auto and wireless CarPlay as well. It is, for those that have already used wireless Android Auto or wireless CarPlay, you already know the drill. You have here all of the apps that you are allowed to use on wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. You also have here the little Google Assistant button here, so you'll be able to ask whatever you want. For those that have an iPhone, you'll be able to press and hold this button here to access Siri, and then you'll be able to have your music, your notifications. Here's going to be your weather, and then your music, and then you'll be able to go ahead and pick whatever you want. And if you want your phone calls, your settings, the whole 9 yards. Now, if you guys want to watch YouTube, a lot of customers ask us, hey Alex, I have YouTube downloaded here, but it doesn't show up on Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That is because it is illegal to watch a video while driving. However, we do have the ability of watching a video while driving, as it is used for off-road use only. So if you want to take your Mustang to the slopes and watch a video, then you'll be able to do so safely. But to do that, you're going to go ahead and press on the 4 squares, and you're going to click on the Google Play Store. The Google Play Store is what is equivalent to your iPhone or your Apple App Store. So you'll sign into your regular Gmail account, and then you'll be able to go ahead and download YouTube, Netflix, Prime, the whole 9 yards. And then here, the first thing a lot of times people ask us is, Alex, I just installed the unit. It looks absolutely stunning. I'm in love with it. However, these rainbow changing colors are annoying, and I want to keep it to one color so it can match the rest of my interior. No problem. All you got to do is swipe up or click the 4 squares to open up your app drawer. The very first app is called Ambient Light Set. Here you can go ahead and select every single tone of color that you want. And to better match this interior, we're going to go ahead and actually change the tone here to a little bit orangey to match it with the rest. And then you also have here your hazard light, which works. You have the ability to adjust your fan speeds, temperature, your fan directions. And then if you want to access more of your AC controls, you'll be able to easily go ahead and just access everything from your heated seats, your cool seats, the whole 9 yards. And then you'll be able to access your heated steering wheel as well. And then if you want to get rid of this menu, you can just go ahead and swipe down. But keep in mind, guys, the cool thing about this is if you want your dual zone climate to work, you click on dual zone, and then you'll be able to actually easily adjust each individual side here, so your passengers are nice and comfortable. And then you also have here part of the system here, you have your DSP. It's a digital sound processor with a 16-band equalizer. What the heck does a 16-band equalizer mean? That means that each of these little blue lines is a band, and you have 16 of them. Addition to that, you're able to also control your low pass, high pass, and your strong bass as well. And then you're able to control your fade, balance, and then each side of the speakers, you'll be able to either turn down fully to turn off the speaker or leave it the way it is. Now, keep this in mind, guys. We do fine-tune the equalizer per vehicle, per customer, before we ship out the unit for you to give you the best sounding experience. As here at Workshop 12, it's all about the audio. So we want to make sure that that is all good. We spoke about this side of the buttons here. In these sides of the buttons, you have obviously your start and stop button here. You have your defrost button, and then you also have your AC to turn off. And then you have your traction control here where you can turn off or on. And then you have here your steering. So did you want normal steering, sport steering, comfort steering, etc. And then here for your mode is if you're going to be going to the drag strip, or you want to activate your Sport Plus, or you want to activate your track mode, drag, snow and wet, or your regular normal mode, you'll be able to retain that by easily having that button accessible. Addition to that, guys, in the settings here, you have a bunch of things here. You have all of the functions that you'll be able to control. You'll be able to go to dimmer and adjust. You know what? I want the brightness to be full bright during the day, and at nighttime, I want it to be nice and dim. So when you turn off your headlights, you'll notice that the screen will get brighter and it will go into white mode. And then if you want to turn on your headlights, when your headlights turn on, it will dim and go into dark mode. Or for those that just simply like to have it in dark mode at all times, you'll be able to do that right here. And then for your homepage style is one of my favorites here. You'll be able to change it to a modern style. So when you press home, you'll actually have a full-blown Android type of unit here. So you'll be able to grab your apps, put them in folders if you want. And not like an iPhone, for example, if you don't use the DSP often, you can actually just remove it from your homepage, but you'll always have it on your app drawer there. So if you want to bring it back, you just press and hold and drag, and you can see how the performance of this unit is just flawless. Doesn't matter how many apps I open, it is just going to work because of the fact that this is equipped with 8 gigs of RAM, 8-core processor, and you also have a full-blown computer in your car. Like, this thing is just gorgeous. I mean, our customers will just tell you how gorgeous our products are, so you can just believe them if you don't want to believe me. But then you also have here your multitasking here. So when you press this little button here at the very bottom, you'll be able to access all of the apps that you have open, or you can just go ahead and clear all. You're going to notice my Android Auto automatically here because I closed it originally, so it's going to try to reconnect with my phone. So here we have it. And then of course, what else can I show you guys? I don't know, I can stay here all day just showing you some really cool things. But another thing here would be under your settings here. Yeah, well, under your settings here, you can actually turn on if you want dynamic guideline. Your car dynamic guidelines are additional track lines for your reverse camera. So if I put this thing in reverse, you'll notice that my reverse camera will automatically pop up, and you have your original track lines as well. To have our track lines on here, you can just easily go on here, enable our track lines. So now when you put it in reverse, you have our track lines here, which you'll be able to use. Addition to that, in the settings here, you'll notice that you also have your steering wheel controls already programmed and ready to rock. So if I just go on my steering wheel and adjust the volume, you can see without me touching anything, I'm adjusting or decreasing the volume as well. And for copyright reasons, we're going to turn it all the way down, and we're going to go ahead and open up your car auto, and we're going to play a song here. And let's say I want to press the next button right from my steering wheel. Boom, it goes next. If I want to go back, I'll go back. And you can do that all via the steering wheel, so it's nice and easy. So you guys don't have to do any of that stuff like programming or anything like that. It is all plug and play. And then, there you guys have it. I mean, I can literally sit here all day and just talk about how beautiful this unit is. But you guys probably don't want to hear me talk all the time. So that being said, if you guys have any questions regarding this unit or the functions or anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out to me or my team. We're going to be more than happy to walk you through it and assist you with any questions you may have. And then also drop your comments below on what is it exactly did you want to see? Did you want me to show the more stuff on the features here? Did you want me to do another video on the performance of it? Whatever it is that you guys want, let me know. We're here to help. But yeah, the link for this product will be in the description that you guys can see. And yeah, it's an honor to help you take your Mustang to the next level. As let's be honest, this car is absolutely gorgeous, but the interior of it needs a little bit of an oof to it. And that is what we're here to. So now, next time you take this car to the track, you'll be able to enjoy it and be able to navigate and just, have an OBD2 scanner. You can connect your OBD2 scanner and you'll be able to get all of your gauges, your specs, air to fuel ratios, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. It's an honor. Thank you for watching. And if you're still watching, you guys are the real ones. We appreciate it. Have a good one. Alex is out. Peace.